This program provides education, not advice. Sponsors pay a fee for endorsements and interviews. See the truthayf.com disclosure page for details.
This is where technology, innovation, and personal finance come together.
This is the truth about your future with Rick Edelman. Brought to you by Global X ETFs, dedicated to providing investors with unexplored intelligent solutions. And by Presidio, offering a digital vault where you can collect, protect, and share all your important people, places, things, and documents with all the key people in your life. Start for free at Presidio.com.
It's Wednesday, September 27th. Sweden is building a new city, entirely out of wood. There's already a wooden skyscraper in Norway, 18 stories tall. It's got apartments, a hotel, a swimming pool, offices, and a restaurant. And now Stockholm plans to build an entire city with 31 wooden skyscrapers. Wooden skyscrapers? Have these people not heard of wildfires? Well, the designers say that their wood material is environmentally friendly. And get this, slow burning and self-extinguishing. When it does catch fire, there are no toxic fumes. The real thing is that engineered timber, by nature, is extremely fire resistant. And that's not all. By using wood, the city will cut its carbon footprint by 40% compared to using concrete and steel. And of course, wood is a sustainable material. Wooden buildings are also much lighter than buildings made of concrete and steel, and that means their foundations can be smaller, but just as sturdy. It's also pretty quiet to build out of wood compared to concrete and steel. One big complaint is city noise. A lot of that noise is from construction. Not when you're building with wood. When the city is finished in 10 years, it'll have 2,000 homes and 7,000 offices, along with restaurants and stores. The project is $1.4 billion. A city made out of wood. The latest technology is retro. You're hearing a lot in the crypto world about Spot Bitcoin ETFs. Applications for these are on file with the SEC, and any day, the SEC is going to render their verdict. You can expect a lot of client questions, and that means you need to understand how these ETFs work. I encourage you to read my new white paper. It's free. It's called What You Need to Know About Spot Bitcoin ETFs. In it, you'll discover why BlackRock has filed for one of these ETFs, how these new applications differ from others, what SEC approval would mean for investors, the impact of the grayscale ruling, the risks of investing in these ETFs. It's all available in my new white paper, What You Need to Know. Download it right now for free at dacfp.com. The link is in the show notes. I'll see you tomorrow.
Landmark infrastructure legislation was passed in the last Congress. Now comes the work of getting it built. The Global X U.S. Infrastructure Development ETF, ticker PAVE, invests in dozens of companies helping shape the future of American infrastructure. Investing involves risk, including possible loss of principal. Investments in infrastructure-related companies have greater exposure to the potential adverse economic, regulatory, political, and other changes affecting such entities. Before investing, carefully consider the fund's objectives, risks, charges, expenses, and more in the full or summary prospectus at globalxetfs.com. Read carefully. Distributed by SEI Investments Distribution Company.
Support for Rick Edelman's podcast comes from Invesco QQQ. Meet Carmen, an everyday person who likes working in the garden, hosting dinner parties with friends, and listening to live music. She also participates in Progress by investing in a fund that supports innovative ideas. Invesco QQQ ETF allows you access to innovators of the NASDAQ 100, so you don't have to be an engineer to help push progress forward. Anyone can become an agent of innovation. Learn more at Invesco.com/QQQ. There are risks when investing in ETFs, including possible loss of money. ETFs' risks are similar to those of stocks. Investments in the tech sector are subject to greater risk and more volatility than more diversified investments. The NASDAQ 100 index comprises the 100 largest non-financial companies on the NASDAQ. You can't invest directly into an index. Before investing, carefully read and consider fund investment objectives, risks, charges, expenses, and more in prospectus at Invesco.com. Invesco Distributors, Inc.
Increased awareness and actionable intelligence about the forces that are shaping our world.
This is the truth about your future with Rick Edelman.